Welcome back to the channel, everyone. P Street Garage here. It's another day, and what I want to do today is something that I've been dreading for quite a few months. And what I want to do is I want to start tackling the nose on this bus. um, you can see I've got a replacement nose. I think this one came off of a 1968. I have the lower valance, whatever you want to call it, the lower half of the nose. That came with the bus when I bought it. And I also have a piece of inner structure. I paid up for this one, but that should somehow go in place of this homemade patch quilt that was on here when I bought the bus. So let's get started. There's a lot of Bondo on here. A lot. I mean, like a good 1/4 of an inch. So I think I'm going to start by pulling this windshield out and chipping away and grinding and revealing what lurks under all this Bondo. Not to mention, we're going to reveal some monstrosities here. But there's no time like the present. Let's get started. Gizmo, the shop dog, decided to pop by. Hi, Gizmo. You're not much of a shop dog, are you? Huh? 2 months old today. He's just a little fella. Hey, Giz. All right, you want to go back to the warm couch? I get it. Go on. Chowie. Well, I got the windshield out in one piece. I don't know how I'm ever going to keep this intact during all this time. It is a little bit cloudy on the bottom, so maybe it will need to be replaced. I'm sure these are expensive as heck. I went a little bit delicate when I was taking this off because of this bus has all the stainless trim because it's the deluxe model. There's no way I could reuse any of that, so I don't know why I went delicate, but I did. Now, let's see what we got here. This is not pretty. Oh my. Yeah. Nice up here, of course. This I can clean. Little pieces like that I can piece in. It could all be patched. This is going to be this nose job is going to be yeah, it's going to be several parts to this one. Multi-episode, if you will. Yeah, I knew this was not going to be nice. It's going to be tough. I hope there's no Bondo. Oh, I spoke too soon. Yeah, there is. There's something. Oh, crud. Frig. I don't know if they sell a replacement part for that or not, or if I'm just gonna, I could always just do patchy patch. Wouldn't have to be too perfect because rubber and window go back on top of that. Yeah, this here This could be patchy patch. Wow. Okay, I'm going to clean this up a little bit and start peeling this back. All right, well, as we suspected, it's not great. But I think it's doable, and it's going to be a series of little patches. It's going to be extremely boring to watch, but I think we can just do one square at a time, one square at a time. You know, we'll get better with the welder and a series of patches. And the thing with these patches is that they're never going to be seen, so they don't have to be 100% perfect. Yeah, that's the route we're going to go. This one is the scariest because it's got to have the right curvature to take the rubber and the glass, but I don't know. One piece at a time, one piece at a time. Let's just go to town and completely strip this nose. See what we're left with. It's kind of a mild day here today, so I'm going to work with the door open because it's probably going to generate a lot of dust. I've got the bus pulled out. All right, well, let's get started. So this bus reminds me of one of the YouTubers I watch, VW Coco. And VW Coco, he's in the middle of restoring a Karmann Ghia. And his car literally has half an inch to an inch of Bondo all over it. It's kind of a really fun process to watch, but it's just crazy. And when I look at my bus, it kind of reminds me of that. Here's an example here. This is why this nose is just, there's no salvaging this nose ever. So this is what I got here. I mean, this is exactly what I don't want. My God, what happened here? Must have been an accident damage that they pulled out. Wowzer. Yep. So, again, nose job on this bus. And I'm using a second-hand nose. Brand new nose is $1,600. And I was tempted to order one, and maybe I'll have to. I'm hoping not. But even with a brand new nose, the new nose will not give you all of these issues here. And even if I don't replace the whole thing, the section that I do need, is perfect compared to mine. So, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet, and not even close. Let's just strip her down. Yeah. Okay, well that was a hideous mess. But what I'm trying to do is try to determine what I have and what I don't have. So what I have is very nice here, pristine, all the way down to here. Well, there's some accident damage here, but this part up here, let's call it up to this, or in the valley. I'll call this the valley. We'll call this pristine. And the reason why I'm calling this pristine is because my own replacement panel, no, it has issues also. So I'm not going to go and cut mine way up here where this one is deteriorated anyway. I think I might, now I'm thinking out loud here, I might work in the valley. I could always slice it here and then lay it over top and then slice and embed it in. Just a thought. So, that part's okay. Now another thought that I had in my little brain box is I could just replace this. Because this, obviously, there's nothing left of this. I mean, I wouldn't even attempt to do anything with that. So I thought I could maybe cut here and then leave all these sides wrapped around, because that's the piece that's folded in. And, sorry, down here. This lip is folded in. So, I mean, getting this one off, not a problem. I could probably just grind this face down. Anyway, getting the new one on in one piece. So I thought maybe I could leave this, because over here, she's very nice. And she's nice pretty much all the way down except for this tiny little ding in here. So there was some Bondo in here, but the rest, that's absolutely perfect. My issue is this corner was pushed in at one time. So this was all pushed in, and they attempted to pull it out, but only ever so slightly. And probably when this buckled, or when this got pushed in, it made this down here buckle. So this is, there's still some in here. I kind of abandoned grinding this because I know now this whole side's got to come off. So probably a little bit of collision damage was all repaired, and then later on they smashed the front. Probably when they had the tire mounted on here, they probably just pulled into a garage or something. But anyway, so I think for now my idea is to leave this band up here, slice within here all the way across, and start peeling this back. Now I'm probably just going to start, I'm going to start nibbling away at it. I'm going to nibble away at it because I think this airbox arrangement has to stay, and this will have to be separated because this still has the operational flaps and everything. So probably what I'll do, I'm going to nibble away at this, but then I will practice on this one, separating the outer skin, because there's an outer skin and there's quite an elaborate inner structure here. This inner structure is pretty intense. It's got all the air ducts and everything, and I'm not looking to get into that. I'm looking for just a skin, and I'm going to try to make this work. As mentioned, the bottom is deteriorated, but that's where that other long piece comes in. That came with the bus. It's kind of on the thin side, but I'm going to try. All right, let's get back to nibbling on this thing. See what else we can reveal. All right, she's looking a little bit different. I like it. Now those, I think I have a spare one of these, the light buckets. I've got a spare one that came with the bus. This one here is good. Could probably be reused because I'm not sure if the ones on that one are good or not. So, where are we at? I'm not going to make any important cuts right now. I think I'm just going to keep nibbling away a little bit. Nibble away at the stuff that I know for sure I'm not going to want or need. As long as I don't get too excited with the zip cut, because you can remove a lot of material in a very short amount of time. I think I'm going to do a little bit more cutting, and then we'll do a bit of a cleanup and think a little bit about what we're doing. All right, I got the bus pushed back inside. I got everything swept up. I think what I'm going to do now, I was going to jump into this and start welding all these little pieces. I think before I do that, I'm going to look at the grill section. And on my bus, I see rivets. So I was going to drill these rivets out because I'm thinking that this arrangement could stay and the skin could come off. Yeah, that does make sense. I don't know if it's welded here. It might be. Now, when I look at my replacement nose, I don't see any rivets. So I'm wondering, and I don't know, I believe this is a 68. My bus is a 69. So these are probably, there's probably spot welds in here. So I wonder, maybe my nose was replaced at one time, or a section was. So I don't really know how I'm going to do this now. Because if I cut in the valley, which is my plan for now, I want to cut this off and be able to pull this. But I don't think I want, well, I know I don't want any of this arrangement. I don't think. I think that could stay in there. Gosh. And I'm only guessing right now. I don't know what. I'm only guessing, and I don't want to butcher it up because this has all the flaps and everything in place, and the flaps over there are all broken, falling apart. So I'd like to keep everything intact in this section. There's definitely a gap here, so that's, sorry. Once with the accident damage, you could see that pushed that in. So this means that it is possible to separate this. I just don't know how hard it's going to be. Let me start. I'm going to try to drill these rivets out and see what happens. All right, I broke out the spot weld cutter, and I got all the spot welds done here on top. That was easy. Of course, on the bottom, there's no rivets, there's no nothing. It looks as though it's spot welded on this face. And God, there's a lot of them. And the angle, getting the drill in this angle is kind of on the hideous side, but I'm going to keep trying because it looks like that's how this will separate through here. It's lipped together and spotted like this. So I gotta be careful because I want to preserve all this. This is gonna stay. This is gonna go. Let's have a try at these ones. Well, drilling these out is absolutely for the birds, especially with this angle. So I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to take the zip cut and I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to slice underneath like this. So I'm going to maintain 2 layers of metal, and I can always come back after and try to peel that one off like a can. It's also welded here and here, right there in that little corner. So I think if I do this, then I'll be able to slice the top of that and take this off and leave the airbox. All right, let's try that. I just sliced that bottom lip. Hopefully I didn't butcher anything. So, answers that question. There's certainly nothing here holding that in. So, this little corner still. Okay, I gotta clean this up a little bit better. This should just fall off now. Okay, no damage. I was afraid, I didn't want to go too deep with the blade here, but so basically, I saved myself a lot of time here. I am left with 2 layers of metal here. Yeah, so maybe I can leave it. Maybe I'll just grab it like a can of sardines and peel it down like this. All right, got a little bit more cutting on this corner. Same on the other corner. And then I think I'm going to draw a line up here. And I'm going to take that off. Okay, I put up a piece of green tape there. That's kind of going to be my guide. Probably when I make the seam or the weld, it'll be somewhere up in here. So I'm going to be very conservative. I'm just going to cut this beyond the hump so I can remove all the metal around the airbox. Okay, and there's that piece removed. I'm going to call it for this one. Again, the nose job on the 69 bay window. It's going to be a multi-episode thing, obviously. This is a huge job. So I'm going to call it for this video. Got the front pretty much dismantled. The next time I come back out, I'm either going to jump into fixing all this little piddly stuff, or I might even do the same thing I did on here to the replacement nose and start prepping it and start stripping it down. Well, that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching part 1 of the 1969 bay window nose job. We'll catch you in the next one.